All right, guys, so this is a question you hear all of your friends ask all the time. What is Botox? Does it hurt? Do I need it? And who do I get it from? So I'm super excited today to do this video because we are pairing up with a really awesome doctor from Winter Park, Florida. We are here in the offices of Dr. Ruth Yeilding, and we are going to talk all about the things that people want to know about injectables but don't want to ask. So come on in, hang out with us for a minute, and we're going to tell you how to feel a little prettier really quick. All right, so I thought we would break this down. Dr. Yeilding is here sitting in the office with us. We're in a treatment room, so you guys can get a real vibe for what it would be like to get a treatment. Dr. Yeilding, this is something, I feel like everybody gets Botox or wants to get Botox, but they don't talk about it.
Right.
So we want to hear all about it, what it is, and what it's good for. Let's start there.
All right, so Botox is... we call it a neuromodulator, which is sort of the scientific term for what it does is it softens muscle contraction. So as we know, there's many muscles in the face, and that's what leads to facial expression.
Yes.
And there's certain muscles that attach to the skin, and they create the lines that we hate. Okay.
Right. Wait, just can I show you the lines that you hate? Here are the lines that you hate, right? The 11 lines, and
those forehead lines, and then if she smiles, smile. So some of the lines around the eyes. Those are the most common areas that people are bothered by. So
yes,
Botox,
because they get in there and they turn into crevices after a while.
Yes, and so the idea with Botox is if you can start early. I'm a big proponent of prophylactic treatment.
Yes.
So if you can start doing little things earlier, I consider it an investment in your future.
I like that idea.
So if you come to me and you're 65 and you want Botox, it's really not the time for Botox. We have to really move to lasers and other things that are more aggressive.
To repair it.
Right.
Repair what's been done.
To get rid of those deep lines and the hyperpigmentation and other things. If you start Botox early and you don't get let the deep crevices set in, and you don't have to go crazy, you don't have to have a frozen face, you just need to soften some of the movement.
Okay, so when you say young, how young would you advise someone to start preventive Botox?
In their 30s is a good age.
Okay. Okay.
We have some 20-year-olds who come in and they just get a little light treatment.
Right.
It's just to soften the movement, and then again, it's like a paper bag. If you keep making that muscle contraction over and over and over again, you get a deep line.
Right.
And so younger people, we can reverse that with Botox, not with one round, but over time with some skincare, it will go away. Older people, when they're really deep, Botox isn't going to erase it long term. So like I said, starting younger and taking care of your skin with Botox plus skincare, awesome combination, works great together. And if you can, prevention is key.
I love it. Yeah, I mean, I've been having kids for, 1,000 years now, but between one kid, I can't remember. Yeah. I did some, and I feel like it bought me like an extra, I don't know, couple of years before things got too bad.
Right.
But anyone who's obviously pregnant or nursing, you're going to have to put this off until...
not time for Botox.
Yes.
Do it afterwards.
Okay, let's look at it, because people are scared of needles, but you don't really have to be, because this guy's not so bad.
Botox comes in this little box, and it comes, we mix it up. It stays in the refrigerator. We use the smallest needles possible. So we have even a 33 gauge, which is the smallest needle that they make. And patients, you can see a teeny little needle. All right.
It's small.
So most patients who come in for their first Botox treatment are like, wow, you're done? That's it? Because they get extremely nervous.
Yeah, people get nervous it's going to hurt because they see a needle.
And sometimes people get a little bruised, but most patients don't. I do it very gently. When you do it all day long, you get a real feeling for it. And each treatment is customized.
Right, because that was my next question. How many of these injections will we need?
If you don't do it all the time, you just kind of have a cookie cutter pattern. If this is all you do and you kind of focus on the face, you come up with individual treatments. The treatments depend on your pathology, so what I'll look and see and feel like you need. Okay,
let's look at me and tell me. We're not in a position to be doing this now because I'm sadly still nursing my child 1,000 years later. But so you would have someone come in and show me.
Yeah, so I would say, oh my gosh, we got to treat this right here. Okay? Not like that.
So bad.
But if we don't want these deep lines to set in.
Right.
So if we can get some Botox where you're not making that strong contraction, then these lines will disappear. They're not deep right now, so now's the time. We could do a little bit in your forehead where you still have expression and you can still raise your brows, okay? And that would soften up those lines, and those lines would disappear. around your eyes, just a little bit out here. That's all you need.
So we're talking several injections to kind of get all of the points.
I mean, I do teeny little injections,
right.
and they're just subcutaneous, and they don't hurt. We ice you before. Some patients want numbing cream.
Nice, okay.
Sometimes we do other places. So the other places which are done, sometimes people get a chin. They get their chin gets wrinkled. We call it the peau d'orange. So
do I have it?
No, you don't, but put your lower lip out like that. You see how our chin has all these little crevices in it? And it dimples. So a lot of people, they have that all the time. So we'll do it a little in their chin and it'll smooth it out.
That's interesting.
People have upper lip lines to prevent upper lip lines, which is common complaint of females. Super common.
Really?
I'll do a little bit on the upper lips. People sometimes have TMJ, or they have really hypertrophic muscles here. They're called the masseter muscles, so we'll inject there.
Okay.
And so those are the primary places. The other place would be called the bunny lines. Scrunch your nose up. A lot of people do that face all the time, and they get lines there, and so we'll do a little Botox there.
So really, it can go anywhere, but you're looking at the face and you're deciding per person.
Yeah. So first of all, I'm asking what bothers you,
right?
And then I tell you my assessment of you,
okay?
And then we talk about budget and what you want to do, how comfortable you are. Do you want to start slow? If it's the first time, we start slow. You can always come back in 2 weeks. That's when it hits its peak.
Okay.
And then it lasts 3 to 4 months. So it's something you got to keep up with. If you can't keep up with it, then we want to do only certain areas and stick with the areas that you can keep up with.
Okay. So it is something that requires maintenance. So people should know that coming in. You want to invest and kind of keep investing.
Correct. It's an investment in your future long term, but it is a repetitive thing that you have to come in. Once we get your pattern down, it's pretty quick and easy in and out. And sometimes we'll tweak it even after that.
We've heard about doctors using Botox to even like lift certain areas of the face, lift the brow, or like help with like sculpting.
Yeah.
Do you ever do that?
The brow can be lifted a little bit,
okay,
like a millimeter or two.
Okay,
it's a little bit over. I have a lot of patients come in. I want a brow lift with Botox. Botox is not a surgical treatment. It's a treatment that's done in the office. So it's gonna lift the brow just a little bit, but not too much.
Not drastic.
Not drastic.
Okay.
So you just have to. Realistic expectations are key, and helping patients know what to expect.
Okay.
So your first Botox treatment, your line is a deep line that's there when you're not moving. Is not going to disappear. It's going to take some repetitive treatments with some skincare.
You got to freeze that sucker in
but
place.
If you don't have deep lines yet, then it's just keeping them away.
Okay. And any other cool uses? We also hear about it for like helping treat over like excessive sweating, things like that.
So underneath the armpits, on the hands, it can be treated. So
clamming eggs.
Yes. So it actually stops the sweat glands from producing sweat.
Okay.
So those are places that it's now used all over the body for all sorts of sources. So it's super cool because it was discovered by an ophthalmologist and a dermatologist who were using it for something called strabismus, and that's when the eye turns in or out. And so your eyes muscles have they work against each other. So if one muscle's strong and one muscle's not working, your eye will turn out. So if you paralyze the other muscle, it'll turn back to the middle. And they noticed that the lines were reduced in the areas that they were treating. So they treated their secretary.
Oh my God, lucky gal.
The glabella here. This is called the glabella. And they noticed, wow, her wrinkles disappeared. And so they're called the Carruthers. They're married, and they're the ones who got Botox going.
Oh, how rich are they right now? Oh my goodness gracious.
They're awesome. They're from Canada, and they're super fun to hear talk and just how it developed and where it's gone now.
And I love too that it's so much easier to talk about these days. This was something that for a while was a little taboo. Women didn't want to admit they did it. I'm here to say, like, listen, there's nothing to be ashamed of. This is actually kind of fun because it's a way to invest in your appearance. It's not too big of a commitment.
And again, I think it is more openly discussed because people are doing it more. And they like to talk to their friends about it and feel comfortable about it. It's like, people get facials, people work out. You should take care of your skin. It's a part of your body. You shouldn't feel guilty about that. So that's my opinion.
I love it. Thank you for walking us through the basics. Botox 101, guys. Love it. Thank you.